Alright, what's happening, fam? Welcome to another live session here. Our first live session this week so far. And for the people that don't know me, my name is Rio. I'm one of the Syndicate traders, hosting today's live session with Andre, our another Syndicate trader. Yeah,
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Great to see you all here.
Let's see who we have here. Gavin, Ronak, Pavel, Adrian, Electric. First time here, all worth it. Well, great to have you here, brother. Market's a bit low volume, but we always find good setups to catch. As always, welcome, Wallah, and great to see you guys here. Mulk, Vietman, and GR. Good morning, Sing. Yeah.
Sing, yeah.
Good morning, Sing. What's up, Reinhardt?
Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today? How did this week treat you so far?
Yeah, that's a really good question. This is the week where a lot of people blow their accounts really easily because they don't know what's going on the market, right? They're wondering why the market is low volume or ranging.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get to that for sure. Good afternoon. I'll join later after the. No worries, Dominic. See you later, brother. And it's me 1 second quickly. Perfect. Let's see how do I get access to the indicator. I'm gonna put the link. I'm gonna put the link here so you can message our support on the Telegram. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna also pin this message so you guys can easily access our support. So all you need to do, click on the link, go to the support and shoot the team a message and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. All right, what has happened so far this week on the Telegram, on the private? Of course, we did release our educational series video, the second one this week. We did release one of it last week, and of course we started the pre-market with Andre's beautiful analysis here, sending the key levels to pay attention. With that being said, I followed up with my usual daily plan, Pavel with his crypto analysis, and we had a beautiful trade here taken by one of our members in the community, Kobe. He absolutely paid attention to the video I sent on the same day and he was able to catch this beautiful EURUSD short. Beside that, look at that, our supply and demand video made by Andre. What a beautiful video, what a really easy to understand video, and really appreciate his efforts all the way through these educational series.
Thank you, brother. It's a pleasure to create them, to help everyone understand these concepts and help them see the market, how most of the traders don't, right? All these layers that add up on each other, like volume profile, supply and demand, correlations, relative strength, macro positioning that includes CO2 data, seasonals, all sorts of things. All of these things are going to come very soon. We just started, as I said, the educational video series, and it's going very, very well so far. People are loving them. They just throw the messages in the general chat. So yeah, thank you very much. Thank you,
Excellent.
Lucifer. Thank you, brother.
What's happening, Warren? Welcome, and also Lucifer.
All right. Shall we go? All right.
Sure.
Right, for the newer people in here, we usually start with the analysis of dollar, right? Then we go over some currencies. Usually it's the euro, but if you guys have some assets that you would like to have an analysis on, or you're waiting for a setup and you want to discuss on it, we can go over it. Then we go over commodities and especially gold, right? And then we
Yes.
move on to oil and ending with the indices, NQ and Dow Jones. All right.
Absolutely. Shall we start with the dollar?
Sure. Let's go.
Okay, give me a moment. All right, so inside the Syndicate private, the weekly open, we explained why this opening gap was there. And of course, most of you guys probably have seen. If not, the reason was that Trump basically pre-market tweeted that the US and Iran has finally signed the deal and no more war, at least for the time being. And of course, market reacted with that. A lot of instruments or assets here opened up the gap: dollar, gold, euro, indices, right? So we did mention about this potential dollar coming up, filling the gap, and then seeing what or how it will develop after that, so we can have a better bias. Because one more important thing to mention is that you see where dollar here got rejected. We actually called out this level 2 weeks ago, if when this move happened, and we mentioned the previous week value high at that time, and now it's early previous week value high because it's more than 1 week, so we call it early previous week value area high. And look at that beautiful rejection, right? And we all, well, me and Andre called out this level to people to watch out, and he also sent it in the free channel for the people that are here for the first time. So this is nothing new, we all shared this before. And look at that beautiful rejection, right? Was unable to push to the downside, also aligning with the daily demand here. Look at that beautiful rejection. That was just the cherry on top. So we decided to see how this range would play out. Either it would break to the upside or the downside. We were looking more to the upside, to this gap getting filled, and then potentially, either if it's going to become weaker, starts to make lower lows and lower highs. And if it was going to be stronger, we would be paying attention to previous week point of control, which is where the most volume was traded last week. And for dollar to become a bit stronger and gain more momentum, it definitely has to close above this level. And as I said, that's where the most volume was traded last week. So that would for sure be an important key level to look at, because if it comes up, maybe it gets rejected, then it's not really showing signs of strength at that moment. It could still just range around this area. So that's why for now I did mark the previous week value low for just a point of reference for now, and also got rejected from this range if we mark it, right? the POC basically closed down. And now personally I want to see if dollar is going to close below previous day value high or not to become a bit weaker. If that happens, then we're gonna go through EURUSD as well, but I just want to see if Andre has anything else to add.
I fully agree with you. Brother. Yeah, the first step is to see dollar getting inside the value area, okay, of the zone that you marked out, of that range. This is the first step, and then of course the second step to gain strength, yeah, above the previous week POC. So yeah, it's a two-step process for dollar right now. So let's see.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And all right, let's move on to EURUSD then. Let me know if you guys have a different bias on the dollar, if you're more bullish, bearish, more onto the intraday, or maybe higher time frame bullish.
Yeah, and most importantly, and most importantly, if you understood what Ryu has explained to you. If you did not understood, say it in the chat, and we can we can talk some more on this subject. All right.
I will also create a poll here, which would be just for a Q&A in case you guys, I don't know, want to ask a question. It will be directly to us or a different chat for the questions. So in case you want to just ask a question, I will either you can drop in the chat or write on the poll that I'm gonna create here, either whichever is more comfortable for you.
Yes. Yeah, don't refrain, okay? Just ask any questions you have. Nobody is going to judge, okay?
100%. That's what we are here for. Hey, Safe. Great to see you here again. Alan. Great to see you guys. Alright, let's while you guys ask the questions, if you have any, I'll move on to the EURUSD. Pretty similar to the dollar. That euro, I mentioned this daily supply to just be cautious, and also similar to the dollar. After this move down here, I did mention about the previous weekly level, which currently it is early previous week because it's been 2 weeks already. And look at that early previous week POC. See those rejections? Very nice. That was where the trade that Kobe, one of our members in the community, took, and that was a really great reaction. So zooming in, we didn't mark this range as well because look at this rejection, also aligning with the 1 hour undervaluation against the dollar, showing on the valuation scanner. And I believe 15 was almost there, but not quite. But look at that 30-minute reaction. Absolute beauty. Valuation scan. Whereas the valuation scanner is the best to use on future chart or CFD. You can use basically on both, but the recommended would be to use against the futures chart because it's more, you could say, centralized data. It's a bit more,
it's about more accurate.
Yeah, just a tiny bit more accurate. So I just prefer to have the most accuracy I can when using these type of confluences, basically. So look at that beautiful rejection. Of course, this was on the Asia session, so I didn't really took this trade, but it was also Sunday open, which was the weekly open. That's why we call Sunday open. And man, that would have been a beautiful setup. So for now, I did mark the previous daily point of control because that's where most volume was traded yesterday, and I was waiting for a closure below to get involved here. And actually, I was in a short here, ended up closing on break even. So something like this I was in, close on break even on this push up, but look at that, ended up playing out, you see. So just right, 25 minutes before New York opened. So for the people that were inside the Syndicate part of it, they definitely have catch this move as well. And for now, as I said, I want to see what dollar is gonna do, because if dollar drops, leaning into more seeing your USD pushing to the upside, and I do want to see if it can either take out the highs, reverse, or this going to be the continuation model here, but it's going to be straight into that daily supply, which I don't really like to take it long when the price is in a higher time frame supply. So I'm definitely going to be a bit more cautious here trading long your USD, unless it's a quick in and out. But great to see you here, Anointed. So let me know if you have anything else to add, Andre, or we align here.
Oh man, align as well. Yeah, it's basically the same thing as we spoke on dollar, and euro weighs 57% in the dollar basket. So whenever one moves, the other does the same thing almost instantly. So yeah, if dollar fails to go higher, yeah, this is a valid setup, but being cautious at that daily supply, and as I said, in and out, quick is a good option.
100%. All right, shall we move to
Yes,
Goldie?
let's move to the Goldie. Well, if you guys paid attention at the post that we made in the morning regarding gold, I told you be careful and pay attention to the previous day point of control, which you can see it here. Let me make it a bit lighter so you can see it. Look at that. All right,
Beautiful.
I hope you can see it. Broke through it and then came for a retest. 1, 2, 3, and boom. Now it's going higher, right? Unfortunately, myself, I missed that because I was doing something else. I wasn't at the PC until we started the stream. But look at that, right? Absolutely beautiful. Stop loss below here, and you would have been at least 1 hour with this move. So the key level that we mentioned in the morning is holding very well right now, and what I want you to see is how it holds against the dollar. So I have a 3 screen here, but let me make it only 2 so you can see it very clear. Let me put here the dollar so you can see. So gold is quite strong right now, doesn't want to drop, and what I want you to look at is this move right here, right? While dollar was pushing, gold was pushing as well. Okay, so this is how you look at the relative strength between the two assets. All right, so dollar was pushing, gold was pushing as well because it had a good support at the previous day POC. So what am I looking at right now is to see how gold will behave if it hits, first of all, the previous week value area high. Let me zoom out a little bit. So from here till here, which is the weekly opening this week. So I selected the previous week, all right? This white line here is the previous week value area high right here. Look at the taps into it. They're right here right now. So I want to see how it behaves around here. If it holds above it, if you break it and hold above it, it could be a possibility for a continuation. But here is a bit of a trickier part. And I will be very cautious with taking a long right now. If I'm taking a long, I'm taking a less riskier trade, okay, half risk. Gold right now is in a weekly supply. I hope you can see it. Let me make it a little bit bigger, a lighter border. Let's make it like this. All right, this is your weekly supply here. First rejection was last week. This is the second week when it reacts to it, right? So I'll be cautious at this. What I want to see right now, if I want to take a short on gold, because this is what I'm following actually, is for gold to break below the Sunday open, which Rio had told you before that the Sunday open is the weekly opening, okay? This yellow line here. I want to see gold breaking below the Sunday open, hold it as a resistance, and then going for the gap here, the weekly gap, right? This is my plan. I want to see gold coming up again, possibly taking out the weekly highs, which is also the previous daily highs, and then drop below the Sunday open and any continuation until towards this gap here. But for this to happen, we also need a stronger dollar, all right? And as Rio said earlier, previous week value low, the first step, and the second step to go toward the previous week POC and possibly going higher from there as well. We also need the help of our valuation scanner indicator. We will see how it behaves around these highs here. If it becomes overvalued and then drops, let's pay attention to that. So this is my plan with that, with gold.
Awesome.
All right, go high, take out the highs, tap the weekly supply again, and then drop.
Sorry. First of all,
Yeah,
completely agree with you, align with you. We just got a question from Lucifer that's asking you, how do you know that the previous day value high wasn't going to stop it from continuing up? I think that's a good question.
How do you know that previous day value high wasn't going to stop it from going? Well, man, this is a question I cannot answer to you, and I cannot answer to you if you would ask me if it holds that previous week value high, or do you know if it will hold that previous day POC? We don't know. We trade what we see, all right? We don't have the power to move the market. Even if you are trading with $50,000 or $100,000, you can barely move the market, all right? So
yes,
we have to play by how the institutions tell us, okay, quote unquote tell us, right? Again, we trade what we see. If we see that the previous day value high it's holding as a resistance, yeah, very well. We can then look for previous day POC to see if it breaks and holds as a resistance for a continuation toward the Sunday open, and then for a continuation to close the gap. So again, to conclude, we'll see. I mean, nothing is certain, okay, in the financial markets.
yeah, and also I think that's where also risk management come in play, because you still can't take it from the previous day POC. But if you see the rejections, why not put your stop loss on break even, or maybe why not close and just book some profit, you know?
Sure.
If you want to be more patient, wait for a closure above previous day value high before getting in, right?
Yeah, I mean, we have
said, we cannot predict if the key level is gonna hold or not. We just trade what we see and we react to what we see.
Yeah, even if we have these two resistance level per se here, okay, the previous day value high and the previous week value high, if you would have traded like that on the 15 minutes, okay, if you would have entered, let's say, on the 15 at the break here with the stop loss here, you would have been, let's say, break even in between the two levels. All right, right here at the previous day value high, at this push, if you saw that it's struggling right here and you don't have the follow through, yeah, go break even, okay, move your stop loss to break even and see what happens from here. Okay, you see the push, nice, it is pushing with volume. Okay, I'm holding it, you know, that's how you can juggle with the momentum play in this case. All right, you see that this candle is a momentum play and it's still going. A 2R would have been right here, which was almost about to tap it.
Yep.
Probability is only, yes, 100%, man, 100%.
Got one question here in the question section or the poll, the Q&A. Then how can we perfect the timing to enter, like even if it's rejecting from a key level after some time, it goes up. So how can we perfect the timing? First of all, I'm gonna say that not every entry is gonna be perfect. And if you go for that perfect entry all the time, I think you're gonna struggle a little bit because trading is not perfect. You're not finding the perfect setup all the time. And if you are always looking for that perfection, sometimes you might catch a good trade, but a lot of the time you might miss it, you know? And especially when the market is very volatile, you cannot really like fully time the entry perfectly. So that's why you have to wait for the confirmation. Either it's the valuation scanner, it's whatever you use, order flow, or just pure price action, you know, rejection from a key level thing.
Or
That's,
correlation.
yeah, correlation
If
too.
you can do the correlation with the dollar, okay? Let's say you want to enter like it was here at the previous day point of control. You
Yes.
could have taken dollar as a correlation
Yeah, I mean,
to
look at that
gold.
50-minute undervaluation. That was just perfect. 5 minute too. If
Yeah,
you go to the 5 minute,
yeah.
look at that.
Look at that.
Man, just
Perfect.
beautiful.
Look at that. Valuation scanner. Doesn't disappoint, man. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Can you time
Undervalued.
perfectly? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So, like, I mean, overall, can you time that trade perfectly? Probably not, but the only thing that matters is just putting your stop loss where it makes sense, right? You're not gonna put your stop loss super tight where it doesn't make sense and it's gonna hit and then go to your way. You're not gonna put like all the way down and you're never gonna hit your basically full TP because of a big stop loss. The only thing that made sense here, enter the same way Andre has on his screen, put your stop loss below and target it 1 to 1, 1 to 2. So, yeah.
Do you have time to explain valuation scanner, how it works? Yeah, man, sure.
Sure.
Since we are already here, we talked about it. So, valuation scanner, okay, the word valuation that you see in the name of indicator, okay, this is what it does, okay? It evaluates an asset against its driver. So, in this case, let's go to the settings. You see here that with the comparison symbol number 3, we have the dollar, okay? Let's take it this way. Almost everything in the market is denominated in dollars. Either we're talking about the Forex, commodities, even indices. Almost everything is denominated in dollars. So most of the time uh, we are comparing, evaluating assets against the dollar. So this is actually what institutions are doing, all right? They are buying cheap and they are selling expensive. And you can see most of the times when gold in this case is cheap, right here, right? It was cheap, it was undervalued against the dollar. Look what it does. It went higher. Then it was expensive against the dollar, and then it came down. Again, undervalued, it pushed up. Again, undervalued here at this bottom, and then it pushed higher. It became overvalued and did not push any further. And then the moment it became undervalued again, when we talked a few minutes ago about this entry at the previous day point of control, it was undervalued. And you can see this beautiful move. Matter of fact, look at it being overvalued right now and struggling right now at the top. So again, to conclude, this indicator evaluates every asset against its driver in the category. I can show to you even euro, right? Let's see euro. Let's go on 15. Let me close this as we don't need them, and you will see how well it works against this one as well. All right, look at that. Overvalued here, then it came down. Undervaluation right here, it pushed higher. again, undervalued here, it pushed higher, overvalued, it pushed down. So this is what it does, okay? It is just a confluence. Keep in mind that just a confluence is not, it is not a click buy or sell indicator, right? You have to pair it with key levels from the volume profile, with some price action. Maybe you want to watch session sweeps or something like that, all right? It is not a signal provider, if I can say so, but it's a very good indicator to spot potential bottoms in the market. And the very good thing about it, that it works from the 1 minute up to the weekly time frame. And when you're using it on the daily or weekly time frame, you can spot potential turnovers in the market, right? Look at that. This is the daily time frame. Only here you can see overvaluation came all the way down, undervaluation pushed up, overvaluation, reversal, undervaluation, few days pushed up, and so on. All right, this is what it does, man.
Perfectly explained, bro.
Thank you.
We got another question in the Q&A, which I think you can answer a bit better than me.
Yeah, sure.
Is it something that institution also track, not allowing the asset to be undervalued for a long time, or the algorithm maybe?
Yeah, that's a tricky question.
Yeah.
It is a tricky question. For undervaluation or overvaluation, no, I don't think they're watching anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no. I don't think personally.
Yeah. Personally, I haven't seen any article about that also. Like, as long as we know the valuation works here, I don't think there's a way they can do that, at least not that somebody has discovered it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is an indicator that was inspired by Larry Williams. I don't know if you guys know Larry Williams. He was a Robbins Cup World Champion, and he is the record holder till this day. Okay, I think it was 40 years ago when he won, and that record of 11,000% still holds. He turned $10,000 into 1.1 million in just 1 year at the Robbins Cup World Championships. So he came with this idea of evaluating certain assets compared to the driver in that category. Okay, back in the day, there were grains, it was gold and some other stuff. But right now, as well in the financial markets, it works very well. Yes, Larry is a pioneer indeed. A true living legend. All right. And to conclude, look, overvaluation, look at what gold does. And it comes down. You see it in action.
Perfect reversal trade from previous equal high.
Yeah. You can go. I mean, nothing impressive going on oil. If you guys have any other assets that you wanna have an analysis on, let us know.
Yeah. So oil ended up opening up with a gap as well, to the reason that I mentioned earlier in the stream, that US and Iran have signed the deal, so no more wars, at least for now. And of course that would be, for the time being, bearish for the oil. Personally, I don't have any clean demand right here. I mean, you could still mark this daily, but with this type of rejection and this kind of push right now, I'm not really confident to mark that daily, and I will see if it can reach this daily with this push down. Right now, personally, I did wanted to see similar to what dollar did. So week opened up, I wanted to see a push up, fill the gap, tap into the previous weekly level, which was right here, this one, previous week value low, so something like this, and then drop. I would be bit more confident to take a short here on oil, and safe we're gonna go through Nasdaq on the next couple ones, okay? And we already did the analysis for Euro vibe, but we can go through it later on as well. So we're gonna go with the usual flow here. Besides that, I'm not really at the moment too much interested in trading oil because of the still opening gap here. This could anytime fill this gap, opening gap. I'm not saying it's going to be this week, next week. It can be filled anytime. There's no guarantee that that will be filled in the upcoming days. But with this kind of push down right now, if daily candle closes like this, I mean, could be a good new supply. We already have a new 12-hour supply right here, which I'm keeping an eye on. 8-hour as well, quite interesting, and that definitely aligns with this range, right? So this could easily pull back to this range, and if it's actually going to be weaker, then I will look at something like this, and if it closes above, then I would be looking at this potential gap fill here on the oil. And that's pretty much about it on oil. Not sure if you have anything else to add, Andrew.
No. That's a whole thing. I'm watching as well.
And look at this 1 hour overvaluation. We're just talking about this.
Yeah.
Massive jump. Perfect.
Beautiful. Yeah.
That's about it. Maybe we can move to the indices.
Yeah, sure. And after
Let's
we finish with the indices, Alan, I just saw your question. Sorry, man, that we missed it. Let's go with Nasdaq and see what happens in Nasdaq. All right,
Sure.
and then we can go over the COT, open interest, and everything else. All right.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. It's because sometimes if we do
Nasdaq.
all the COT for all the assets, it's going to basically limit our time until the New York session. But especially if we see something really interesting and we see a laddering in process, that would definitely be worth mentioning it. So what we're gonna go next? Nasdaq.
Yeah, let's go with Nasdaq and see fast what's going on with Nasdaq. I so much love this valuation indicator. It's very impressive. Trust me, it is. It is. All right, yeah. Well, Nasdaq. Look at this opening gap that it doesn't want to fill. But still time for this week to happen, depending on multiple factors. All right, but looking at the seasonal forecaster, our indicator that tracks cycles and patterns from the past, it's still showing a continuation right now, and I tend to believe it because yeah, I know I talked about this every other streams, but again, and I told you last stream, pay attention to this potential bottom here, and look how beautiful it goes right now. So in the morning in Telegram, I told you guys to pay attention to the previous day point of control, because this is where Nasdaq is hovering, right? It was hovering in between the previous day point of control and the previous day value area high. But also right now it found resistance into this big range that you are seeing right here. All right, look at the beautiful reaction that it had here at the fixed value high. Perfect tap into it, and now it's going lower. Now Asia lows are not that far away from Nasdaq, and we'll see what happens here. So two scenarios for this one. On the 4-hour time frame, it just came out of overvaluation and seems like it's going lower. What am I going to watch right now And to be honest, I like to see Nasdaq not taking the Asia lows before New York Stock Exchange open, because it is a higher possibility for the price then to continue going higher. I don't know if you guys work with the sessions on indices, but if you do not, I suggest you do it, because these manipulations on indices are very, very often. I think indices do it the most, right? A new session starts, comes down, take out the lows or the highs, and then continues going the other direction. So moving on, the 15-minute time frame, for at least the 15 minutes of the New York Stock Exchange open and for the 4-hour closure of the futures, right? On the futures chart, the 4-hour closure is in almost 15 minutes for now. Futures and CFDs are delayed by 1 hour, all right? The CFDs had the 4-hour closure 12 minutes ago. The futures charts are having it in 15 minutes from now. So what I want to see, the 4-hour closure below the previous day point of control. And you can see it right here in the Asia session, one rejection, second rejection, and then after that in London, price stayed above it for the whole session. Now we're below it in New York, and I want to see the 4-hour candle closure below previous day point of control and a possible continuation. If you select this whole range, Asia and London, we have this beautiful range that you are seeing here, and right now Nasdaq reacting to the fixed value area low of this range. All right, so it doesn't want to get out of the 70% value area. What you are seeing here on the volume profile, the lighter colors, is the 70% total traded volume of the whole range that we selected here, right? This dimmer area is outside of the 70% of the volume. So ideally would be the 4-hour candle closure below the previous day point of control, and then a possible continuation either from the fixed point of control of this range to the downside, or from the fixed value of the range, and then a continuation to the downside. I'm not saying that it will go to fill this gap, because it's a long way till then. What's that? 2.5%? That's a lot. What's that? 750 points? Huge. Not saying that it's not doable. It is very doable for indices, and especially for Nasdaq, because it's very liquid, but we will see. But if this short fails and the 4-hour is closing above previous day point of control, I see a possible continuation at least until the fixed value area high. And if I'm not wrong, yeah, these are the all-time highs here. All right, 2 weeks ago we have the all-time highs. We can also put here a horizontal line with the all-time highs. So we have some room of play here. Either we're talking about shorts, either we're talking about longs. Plenty of room, all right, here, and also a lot of room going down here. Yeah, this is my view on Nasdaq, but we'll see what the valuation also says. You can see right now it is being undervalued against the bonds. All right, 15-minute highly undervalued, and as you can see here, undervaluation here. It pushed, stayed in undervaluation for this whole time, and it didn't push any lower. Overvaluation as well here, then it started to come down. So you can see how the valuation scanner also works on indices, right? Where at undervaluation pushed higher. Yeah, this is my view on Nasdaq. If you guys have any other questions, or if you have a different bias on Nasdaq, please write them in the chat. NQ making new high in futures chart. New high. It's still the same, bro. Still the same. Still the same. If you pick up the same range, look at that. Fixed value are low right here. Same thing. All right. Wanna go over Dow, over your
Sure.
baby Dow?
My favorite. Nothing much going on for USD this week so far. Of course, it has to do with the interest rate decision on the dollar on Thursday or Wednesday, depending on where your time zone is. But basically, it did made a new all-time high again, as I said in the Telegram yesterday. I do still want to see a pullback to this 12-hour demand that was created yesterday, and nothing too clean, but I do have marked the previous daily value high and the point of control because I do want to see if it can break out of reach. So if it comes up, strong closure retest to the upside, I'm willing to take a long, but if it comes up, take out the previous all-time high and then fails to continue and then close below, I'm definitely entering looking at a reversal from there. And same thing with the point of control. If it closes below strong, I'm willing to take that bearish momentum. If not, maybe taking out that London or Asia low, something like this to the upside, a quick in and out and be done for the session basically. And that's basically my view on US30. Nothing much to be honest. I still have this we still have this opening gap that I do want to see getting filled because it aligns with that 12-hour demand, and it is also previous weekly value high. And nothing much, basically just a quick. I think most of the indices are just waiting for that interest rate decision, and also Friday it is bank holiday on the US, so there's not gonna be too much volume going on there. So it's definitely going to be a slower week in general, so you have to definitely be tighter with your risk management and be overall a bit more cautious. You guys, do you mind if you can do some analysis on silver? Yes, for sure. Do you have anything else to add on just 30 or can go?
Same thing, bro. Same thing.
Let's start with the spot chart. I haven't looked at the silver for a couple of days. Still getting rejected from that weekly demand here many times. Look at that rejection. Isn't
Absolutely
that beautiful? Even
Yeah.
if we mark like this, we have extra rejection from there. So similar to, I think, dollar it was. Sorry, gold. Yeah, weekly demand. Look at that rejection. That's where I decided to stop shorting the gold at that time. Silver pushed up. We do have this weekly supply that it's quite close to tapping into it. Definitely going to be watching that one. That was the valuation coming out of undervaluation on a daily time frame. Look at that, even on a daily time frame, boom, aligning with the, I believe, the forecaster. Yeah, look at that bottom. That was the ultimate confirmation, right? Weekly demand, seasonal bottom here, at least short-term bottom, undervaluation at daily. That was just beautiful, super accurate. So on a weekly time frame, yeah, almost the bottom as well. Moving on, let's see on an intraday. We do have that opening gap. How's the previous weekly looking? Quite low. The previous week might align with that supply. This is quite interesting, only if silver decides to tap into that supply and goes a bit deeper. If not, we can definitely look at the whole swing of this level, and basically got rejected from this low volume node here. Yeah, I do want to see actually a push to the upside, tapping into the supply, and then closing below this. That's where I would be a bit more confident taking in shorts, because I don't really want to long the silver right here straight into that weekly supply.
Yes, and it's also a daily supply right there. And if I may, if you
Yeah.
can you turn on your forecaster again? Look at the top.
Oh, that daily supply, yes, aligns with
No,
that.
yeah, but this top right now today.
Yeah, today, yeah,
So
could
what
be the top.
can you pick up the swing from that top on the daily to the bottom? Top to the bottom.
Low volume node.
All the low volume node. Yeah,
See how it aligns with that.
right
Basically
there.
similar to that intraday perspective. Yeah, so it's quite similar to gold, so I'm expecting some push to the downside, at least for the next couple of days. And look at that, gold as well, called out the bottom, under valuation, weekly demand, boom, that was perfect. That's why I stopped shorting the gold at that time, because on this move here, we definitely took a lot of trades inside the Syndicate private and called out
Yeah.
many trades. Played out quite nice. This one actually Andre called out on the shrimp and before the shrimp actually. So basically taking out these highs before reversing, and that was a beautiful drop down on a trade basically. So let me know if aligns with your bias, Jasmine. If not, then let me know what are you seeing on silver. But since it's going to be a potential short-term top here, I do want to see actually tapping into that supply before dropping.
Yes.
Because even if it doesn't go that deep to tap into that daily supply, at least as long as we have a tapping into that weekly supply, I would be quite happy. But we also have this 12 hour, so we could still say, yeah, we could still drop from here. And look at that tap, actually quite nice, right? So we could still drop from here, but tapping into that weekly supply would be for me the top-notch confirmation. Taking out these highs as well, taking out these highs, do something like this. If not,
Yeah, that'll be textbook.
yeah, if not, then just closure below, looking in for that continuation. Also, we have the Sunday open, so that would be a great killable to look at. So
And also that range that is
yes,
right around Sunday open.
yes,
That one.
yeah,
15,
you can
30
use
minutes.
this overall range and also this smaller internal range. But as long as it flips the Sunday open, that means the weekly candle has flipped bearish, so it is it would be just really good confirmation from the Sunday open.
Yes.
Gold, we already went through gold, but I guess we can go through it again, maybe.
Yeah, right now at the previous day point of control, struggling a little bit there. All right, so simply put, let's go on the 1 hour time frame. Let's delete these key levels here because we don't need them, as right now gold is at the previous day point of control. Okay, this is your previous day. Let's delete this volume profile and draw it again. This is the Monday open. This is the today open, right? This is your day. So this is the point of control, and you see how gold right now is staying above it. As Ryu also stated on silver, gold has a similar price action. All right, weekly supply, you can see it right here that we tapped it twice, last week once and this week again. and it is struggling to go higher. What I would like to see is for the price to go higher, take out these highs and then drop below. First point would be the previous day point of control to be held as a resistance and a possible continuation towards the Sunday open. And if the momentum is strong and we see a lot of sellers stepping in, we still have this gap here, okay? This weekly open gap. I will target that gap 100% if it drop below Sunday open, which is this yellow line that you are seeing here, the weekly open. All right, this is where the weekly opened, and since then it stayed above it. So if it drops it, 100% I'm going for the gap fill.
We have a question
All right.
here from Electric.
Yeah.
Yes, we do live trade, but if there is no setup at the time being, we are not gonna force any trades. So that's why we do the full analysis. We go through it. If there's any trades, we take it. If there's any setup, we share beforehand. We're not gonna tell you buy now, sell now, none of that here. But we do the full analysis every single stream. So
Yeah.
let's see if we can catch anything today.
Of course. Alan, are you here anymore? Let me know. I have just opened a short position in gold. Good luck, man. Hope it goes your way. Best of luck. What are you targeting? Where is your TP? You're right. You're here, Alan. Okay. You said about COT net positions. Okay, and open interest tracker. What do you want to see in them? How to use them, or you want to see a specific asset? Entry at 46. At 46, which is right here. Okay, you enter on 15 minutes. Good luck, man. Hope it goes your way. Hey, sorry, it's my first time on the live. Just wanted to ask what strategy are you using? Well, we are using the volume profile, which is exactly what institutions use, sorry, because that's everything that moves the market. It's the volume, it's the contracts that you, me, Ryu, and everyone in this chat are placing. Okay, so let me zoom in a little bit and you will see. Let's turn on the values and let's do this. Can't I see them? Why can't I see them? Ah, okay. See these numbers here? These are the number of contracts that were placed at each price level, no matter the asset. All right. So at the previous day point of control, there were placed around, was that around 13,000 contracts just here, all right, at the previous day point of control. And you saw how it was struggling to go even lower because buyers kept stepping in at the previous day point of control. So we are using volume. We are trading only with volume. And again, as I said, this is what institutions use. They're tracking volume at each price level. In gold, a futures chart, a previous day point of control has a different level. Yes, Dan, but it aligns very well with the previous week point of control on futures. Even if you guys use CFDs and you see a different level on futures, no problem, because you can look for different ranges, if I can say so. Okay, if you pick up the previous week point with the previous week on futures and the previous day on the spot, you see that they align perfectly. That is because it's the brokers that are intermediating these prices from the exchanges. But volume is the same. They move the same way, so no issue with that. Can you go over gold and show the current interest? All right, let's go over gold and see the interest. Okay, let's see. Let's close the valuation scanner. Let's close the session maps, and let's go quick over the COT net positions. No, you said the open interest. Sorry. This is it. Okay, so the way the open interest is working, let's see if I can change this one to a line so we can see a little bit better. You see these red lines and green lines. This is basically the change from a week to another of the open interest. What open interest is the total amount of contracts opened from a week to another. Hey, good evening, Ronek. Okay, this is what open interest is. And a good way to use the open interest tracker and also the open interest extreme on the SME, I will show you a little bit later after that. You see these spikes to the downside and also to the upside. Let me make this one like this. Okay, every time you guys are seeing a huge drop or a huge spike in open interest, on open interest tracker, or on COT reports, or on smart money extremes, you know that something is going to happen in the market. All right, look at that. Open interest drop, and then price kept going higher. A sudden drop in open interest, the price went lower for, this is the weekly time frame, by the way, for multiple months. Again here, a huge open interest rise, then went on a did not tank, let's say, but a few months as well went lower. Again, a huge open interest, it came down, but look what happened then. The famous bull run of gold, where everyone piled in up until, was that 6,000, almost 6,000. But then again here, look at that, how open interest went down here. Went down, same here, boom, 1 month and a half bearishness. And then the open interest started to rise and money flew in to the gold. Healthy trend. And again here, what happened? Drop in open interest, continue for not for long, and then this huge drop in gold, where here we're liquidated like $3 trillion, if I'm not wrong, something like that. Okay, this is the open interest tracker, and I told you about the SME. Let's go quickly over it so you can see how well they are working together. Let's keep open interest and close this tree, and you will see it here. All right, this is the open interest extreme. Look at that. A huge drop in open interest here. Boom, open interest went to zero. Whoop. Open interest dropped to zero extreme. Whoop. See how they're working? Same thing here. Boom. Same thing here. Boom. So this is how you use the open interest extreme and the open interest tracker. Right now, gold is at 100% open interest, while being at a weekly supply. And as Ryu showed you a little bit earlier, we have a potential top on the daily time frame. Look at that. Right here. This is something to take in consideration. And as I said earlier, and also Ryu said, this is why we are not going long on gold, and we are being cautious with that. Weekly supply, potential daily top, open interest, extreme. Dow rocket. Oh, we have the
Dow is frying.
open. Hey, look at that, guys. This is Nasdaq. Look at that. Nasdaq went lower, took out Asia lows, and look what it does now. It goes higher.
And look at Dow. I said closure above previously value high, and then
Oh my god.
to the moon.
Oh my god. All right, let's see. At least 15 minutes and most likely the 4-hour candle closure. Let's see what happens. Okay, let me see how can I read your name. Mystery, let's say, if I can say so. Mystery. I am struggling how to place them properly. All right, so since you are here, I assume that you are on the free Telegram. So on the free Telegram, we have a video. If you scroll up, let me find it. We posted a few days ago, right? A few days ago. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? All right, this is it. Let me know if you can see it. Okay, what is this? June 11th. Okay, just scroll a bit up on June 11th and you will see how to plot volume profile. Okay, you will see how to use volume profile, how to use the previous days, the previous weeks, swings, ranges, or consolidation, how you want to call them. And as well, if you want to see the settings, I think they are a little bit above. Okay, right here, one day earlier, you will see all the settings that we are using for the volume profile to show exactly like we have it, because by default it looks different. All right. And for anyone that struggles with how to plot volume profile and how to use them, go to June 11th in the free Telegram and you will see how we use them over there. Awesome. Thank you as well. Thank you as well. All right, let's see. Welcome back, Dominic. Just in time, man, for the New York Stock Exchange Open. Let's see what happens.
I'm looking at potential gold long from that previous week. You'll see point of control on futures and previous day point of control on spot.
Yeah, it will be awesome to see again the hourly candle to close above. Yeah.
Yes, because 15-minute undervalued, 5-minute undervalued. Yes. So valuation is on our side. Let's see. Looking at something like this potentially. Flips bullish, trigger my entry, and 5 undervalued, 10 undervalued. Just waiting for a good closure above. Previous day point of control on the spot chart as well, and maybe something like this.
Yes.
We're getting that. What is it? New York buy maybe, unless it decides to go lower.
Swing value are low of this current swing. Okay.
Sorry, Cyan. So the way you can see the numbers on the volume profile, I think you haven't answered or something like that. Basically, you have to either just scroll like this too much just to see the numbers on the volume profile, and in case if you scroll and you don't see the numbers, then you have to turn it on from
values.
Yes, values basically.
We don't use this very often.
Yes.
You can see it by the how large, okay, the volume is. You see those big spikes. You know that there are a lot of orders. If I can give you a clean example, let me. Okay, yeah, we have the previous day point of control here, right? So this right here that you see, this spike, this peak, okay, you can say that this peak right here, this is where the most volume was traded, but also here was a lot of volume. that was traded. And you can see how at this price point here, all right, let me turn on the session breaks so you can see better what I'm referring at and turn off this. Okay, right, this is the today's open. Okay, and when the day opened, look where did it found a bit of resistance, right here in this high volume node, because the market remembers where the volume, where big amounts of volume was traded. And as well, up here we also have another high volume node. And again, this is where today, a bit earlier, when I showed you guys that potential trade that played out from the previous day point of control, this is where it stopped, right here. Look at that, boom. And also a low volume node. So low volume node right here below, then it came here, hit this big cluster of orders that were placed yesterday, and now it's pulling back down. So as I said, not always looking at the amount of orders, unless it's a huge amount of orders and you want to see the breakdown of the price levels. Let me know, Cyan or Cyan, if you understood. Can someone send the link to the public one? I want to join public one.
I think
what
he
public
means
one?
the Telegram, maybe.
But you are in there. Ah, the
It's
public.
called
Ah,
the-
sorry, my
yeah,
bad.
public
Yeah,
means
yeah,
the
yeah.
free
Sorry.
one.
Yeah, the free one. Yeah, sure, man. Sure. We will send it to you. Drop me a DM on Telegram, and I will give it to you after we end the stream. All right. All right. Looks like it's rejecting the previous day point of control, right? Right now. What is dollar doing?
Gold hourly candle closes below yesterday's
VWAP.
you'll see. Then you expect more bearish price action. Pretty much, especially could go for that London low, even though it's undervalued. That's why we don't trade just based on the indicator. We use as a confluence, right? But it is still possible if it closes below, especially like a hourly or 4-hour candle, something like that. Then yeah, I'm expecting more push to the downside, because it's, if it goes below, that's showing that it's not really ready to push up yet, at least.
Yes, and dollar as well is overvalued against euro, so it's struggling right now, because as we said before, institutions are selling expensive and they're buying cheap. But that doesn't mean you cannot drop it if it's undervalued. Of course, there are several factors to take in considerations, right? The war, other fundamentals, right? Keep in mind that tomorrow we have an interest rate decision, and it's a possibility to see some rate hikes because of the high inflation in the United States. So again, there are some things to take in consideration. And as you said, we are not trading based on the indicator itself. It's a great confluence, but you have to pair it with the price action, with the volume.
%. Let's see. Yeah, dollar is in a critical place, because it's basically between previous daily value high and also previous weekly value low. So it's similar situation to yesterday. I would say either gotta do this or this, or some sort of failure like this or this. to be a bit more confident. Like, you don't really know if dollar's gonna go up or go down from here. Pretty much same with the euro. And tying that to the gold, yeah, it could go down. Let's see. Oil seems like it's finding the bottom with that 15-minute undervaluation. Look at that. So now it's overvalued. Let's see the swing. If it pushes to the POC, that could be quite interesting.
Yeah, euro. Euro doesn't care. It didn't care all day. Euro was quite strong today, to be honest. Dollar was creating, let's say, small candles, but euro candles were like twice or 3 times bigger than the dollar's candles. So actually I can show it to you right now. Right? Look at this move here. Look at the size of the candles in dollar, and look at the size of the candles in euro, right? Yeah, euro, if I'm not wrong, I think it was the strongest currency today. Let's see. This is the 1 hour. Let's close all these. This is also the yen futures. Yeah, look at these moves here. Look at this move. Look at pound's move. Euro almost went for the previous highs, while pound didn't even wasn't even close. Yeah, yen is yen, but this is the one way to look at the relative strength to see which one is stronger or weaker than the other. And you can also take a look at other currencies like Australian dollar or New Zealand dollar, and also Canadian dollar, right? Compared to the dollar. Look how weak was today the New Zealand dollar. While other currencies made something like that, the New Zealand dollar went straight to the downside. Same thing for the Canadian dollar. Slowly but surely, alongside with oil as well, because they are highly correlated. I don't know if you guys know, but Canada is one of the biggest producers and exporters of oil, so when one drops, the other one tends to follow almost immediately. So yeah, euro was very strong today. Hey, Pavel.
We got Pavel in the house, the crypto G. Yes, Warren, I know which one you're talking about. I think the one from March 11th, not 12, I believe. The one, the daily demand. I think that's on March 11th. But yeah, that's as I said in the beginning, it is valid. But let's see, man. It's also.
Can you check on spot, please? On WTI COUSD. Let's see how this demand looks. Look at that. Boom.
Yeah, right, this demand looks basically the one that I have marked on the futures.
Yes, it's the same. Yeah. Look at that. Right into it.
On the futures, I haven't tapped it.
No.
But let's see. Still keeping my eye on that demand zone. It's also undervalued on the daily. Interesting. 12-hour too. But still, supply is getting created, so I do want to see demands being created if I'm going to long until the weekly supply, basically.
Yeah. Darm, where are you long on Australian dollar and EU? From where on EU? I'm curious. You shared your view in the currencies chat. Let's see. Currencies chat. Did you?
Yeah, it's a bit above, right above Warren's post.
It's a bit above. Okay,
yeah.
That's it. Yeah, beautiful layout, man. I love how you laid it down here. So you use the short confluences, a forward demand respect, and a fixed POC, and a TPO POC respected. Nice. This range, yeah, we were looking at similar. So you are still in, I think, right? By the looks. And Australian dollar USD, you have a 12-hour demand and a weekly point of control respected, and the time price opportunity point of control respected. Beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. Execution AM1 on the 1 hour time frame, holding for a 2 to 1. How is it going so far? You and Anki shorted both of them, but Dalmo was on the other side. I think he thanks you guys for the liquidity. All right, jokes aside, very nice trades, man. Very nice trade. Holding the position at the higher time frame, demand remains intact and the trade continues to respect key volume. Beautiful, awesome, nice to see it. Great trade, FIB here. Nice one. Beautiful. What's that? NZD CAD. Look at that crossbar. Nice consolidation, expansion, then retested the fixed value high, and I think it tapped perfectly into the POC, as I see, if I see correctly here. No, almost, but the fixed value high. Look at it. One first tap, second tap, boom, targeting the highs. Beautiful. Well done, man. Well done. Perfect. GG.
How to join the chat group? Well, Coach, you just message our support in the Telegram. I have the message linked, pinned in the chat. You just click on the link and shoot our support a message, and we'll guide you from there. Beside that, seems like gold's going to push down.
It looked like, yeah, and dollar is not moving, to be honest, that much.
Yeah,
seems like sellers are taking control over the previous day point of control. So let's see. I think you're also dropping. So yeah. And you said something about oil that is going up. So yeah, there are some correlations going on right now in the market.
100%.
Yes, as Gavin also said, guys, you can read the pin post in the free Telegram in order to get access to the Syndicate VIP. So right here, let me show you. You go to the free Telegram and you have here the pin post, okay? You go here, right, to the pin post, inside access. So you start from here, all right? Again, pin post, inside access here, and our support team will guide you from there, as you said. Very, very simple. All right, you said break even, risk-free trade. Brilliant.
Nice.
Well done, man.
Well done.
Nice risk management.
Yeah. I do want to see how gold is gonna close now with this hourly candle. If it closes above, it's gonna be good. If not,
yeah,
probably gonna drop more.
Most likely. And looking now at NQ, possibly for the 4-hour candle to close above the previous day point of control. And both London and Asia lows have been taken out, right? The blue box, Asia lows. The green bluish box is London lows. So both were taken out. Beautiful rejection of the fixed value low. And right now, a possible closure above previous day point of control. So let's see if we get a retest and confirm that buyers are in control at the previous day point of control, and then we can take it higher. Plenty of room. Maybe the stop loss can be right that. Entry here. We can target a bit higher. Yeah, we can have some room here. Let's see. 5 minutes for the 4-hour closure, and then we reanalyze. Again, you want to see that buyers are in control at this price level. Dow coming back. Well, look at that. A V-shaped recovery. at the 4-hour closure. Nice. Not looking bad at all. This whole range looks very good. I like it.
I just would love to see that valuation also coming lower.
Yeah, maybe you can even go like that. We don't take the whole range, but only this. So let's see. Either London highs, if it reacts at the London highs. Let's see. See, this is why it's important to wait for the 4-hour closure. Because you see the momentum play and you say, oh, yeah, it's going. And you enter, let's say, here. And then it does this and this, whoop,
Yep.
and it takes you out. And this is how you ruin a day. My 4-hour closes in 4-hour. Gala Eddy. This is because, and I will, I also explained earlier, but no problem to explain it again. The CFDs and futures charts are delayed by 1 hour. So if we go on the 4-hour time frame on the CFDs, you can see on the right side on the scale, yes, the 4-hour candle closed 1 hour ago, but on futures, the 1 hour is closing in 2 minutes. So it's important to see these closures when you are trading CFDs, because a lot of manipulations are happening before the 4-hour candle is closing, right? Makes you think it's going that way, but then it makes a quick reversal and it's closing below your key level. So instead of going in your direction, it closes below your key level and then goes the other way. So I will be watching, as I said, that previous day point of control on CFD to see on CFDs to see how it's closing. The fixed value high also works, but it will be better for the previous day point of control. And again, you can see how sellers are stepping in and try to push the price lower. 52.71 on the September contract. On Dow, yeah. You're welcome, Eddie.
Basically yes, Bradman. As I explained, I was gonna enter on the flip here, but with this push down here, ended up closing right here. So just a small little break even, or you could say small loss, doesn't really matter. Because as I said, if this one doesn't push to the upside, it's not really showing the follow through. So it could go over at London though. Let's see. Could be a interesting short from here. But I'm definitely gonna be watching Dow. Look at that. My rejection so far, quite nice. I like it. Nice, Dominic. Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. Just waiting for this hourly closure. Something. Let's see if it can pull back here. Maybe to this 1 minute range, value low, something like this. That'll be interesting. Because on the CFD was a bit cleaner on the 5 minute. Look at this, right from here. Pushing up here, targeting the London low. Have quite some room there. Just don't like that valuation. That's against us. But look at that rejection. Didn't I share this setup earlier about that closing above retracement to the previous day very high? Boom. That was quick. Let's see if this 5 minute taps again. Could be quite interesting. Yeah, I trade rarely warrant. Like this, maybe I would have traded, but I would have to pay super attention or be super focused, looking at the order flow as well. But wow, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful push.
Beautiful.
Let's watch Goldie now. Look at that push up now. Imagine if reverses.
Looks good. Exactly. I wanted to say the exact same thing. And for the people in here that are trading Nasdaq, take a look at Nasdaq, guys. This is why the 4-hour candle is important. All right. This is why it's important. Seller stepped in last moment, and the candle closed even below the fixed POC. Look at that. Last minute push. Look at that. Boom. It's very important to not rush into a trade at least 10 minutes before the 10-hour, the 4-hour candle closure, because this is what happens. You get caught off guard.
Wow, look at that.
Going bananas.
That was an absolute beauty of a trade. Super clean. Oh, I'm gonna be watching that swing value low in case it comes down. This swing from the top to the low and wait for that reaction basically.
Yeah.
This one could close below, but I'm not going to take this, but could be a nice reversal. Personally, I'll still out.
Yeah.
Look at that rejection. Goldie pushing down. Wow.
I'm not brave enough to trade the 1 minute. Yeah. If anyone in here never tried 1 minute or even the 5 minute, backtest it before you even try it. Okay. The 1 minute and also the 5 minute can bite you really hard. Okay.
Yep.
The moves on 1 minute and 5 are pretty harsh sometimes. So
And
be
lower
very
your
cautious.
risk if you're starting to do that, because
100%.
either it's a quick TP or a quick stop loss if you're especially first time trading 5 minute or 1 minute.
Yes.
Take some back testing for sure. How's oil doing? Ooh. Oil dropping. Interesting. That high volume note here. For gold pushing up, yes.
It is.
But that 4-hour close below, no bottom, we on a 4-hour. Let's see with this 15-minute closure how it's gonna go.
I will wait for the 30-minute EM1 from previous day point of control on spot. All right, makes sense. It makes sense, brother. All right, dollar pushing. Looks good.
Yeah.
Let's see if we have some follow through from previous week value at a low. NQ is look at the NQ. Oh my. Look at the battle here. In between the value of the Asia range. Look at that right here. We can delete. I mean, let's not delete it. Let's leave it here. But also let's move this one as the value area high.
Imagine how many
And
people are stuck in between trying to long and
yeah,
short.
yeah. It's not even scalper's paradise. I mean, it
It's just
could be, but nah.
barcode.
Yeah.
The famous barcode price action, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's just up down, but at the same place.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
As I said before, perfect week that a lot of people will blow their accounts because they are impatient or they just catch the bottom or catch the top, but the market is just sideways. So better to be a bit more patient, wait for the proper setup and then execute and get your profit for the day basically. So I'd like to know if you give signals by or sell in the private group. I know you do not do that here. We don't do that also in the private, but we do send the daily analysis every single day. We have the macro newses, we have the educational series, which 2 videos already is out, but there's gonna be more in the upcoming weeks. Basically, we send every single potential setups that we're gonna look at for the day, and it's going to be up to you if you are going to take it or not, and it's gonna be your own responsibility to manage your trades basically. And basically you could say it is signal, but it is with a full analysis. Basically we don't say buy now or sell now, we give the full analysis. You know why you are gonna take that trade if you take it, and the management will be up to you. Yes.
We're happy to see you too, man. Happy to see you too.
Let's see, gold is pushing down now.
Dropping alongside with the dollar. I mean, this rejection here, see? Yeah.
I'm looking at that potential 10 or 15 minute entry if gold is actually going to be weaker in case dollar pushes up too. But as I said, my risk is way lower because this week overall is going to be more choppy day choppy week until the interest rate decision is out. And it's going to be first time Kevin Walsh, the new Fed chair, is going to be speaking, and a lot of people are waiting to see what he has to say.
And also his tone. When you are watching this type of I don't know how to say it. When you hear them speaking, the chair speaking, you also have to pay attention at the tone, because they will always give these kind of signals, if I can say so, what could happen in the future. Even if they say, yeah, we might not increase rates, but so yeah. A lot of people will be betting on whether he says good afternoon or not on poly market. I guess people on poly market would bet on anything, man.
Yeah, and even if he says good afternoon, not gonna be the same as Uncle Jerome.
Yeah.
Oh man, I have to show this. Look at Dow, man. Beautiful, beautiful push up, man. Absolute beauty. Even on a 5-minute would have been quite nice to enter.
Yeah. Looks awesome.
Told you guys, you have to pay attention to this level right before even it broke above. I said pay attention to previous stable area high and POC. Either I want to see this or strong closure above, retrace. Boom. That's exactly what we saw. To the pip. That's my prediction.
Gavin, yeah, 0.001 chances for me to not say it. Of course I'll say it, man. We are being nice to our guys here. Welcoming everyone. What is your prediction for gold reaction to FOMC tomorrow?
A lot of stuff can happen. You can say bullish, you can say bearish, but nobody really knows. We can map a scenario map. We can say, oh, watch out for this and this zone, because right now it's kinda in this range ever since it's opened up, right? So either could drop, push up, multiple scenarios, but nobody really knows what's going to happen.
But of course, if let's say at first the interest rate decision comes out as a rate hike, we can know what will happen. And the thing is about dollar, let's say if a rate hike was announced as something very short to happen, it wouldn't have been priced in by now. So yeah, dollar didn't make such big moves to say, yeah, but it's already priced in. No. But yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow when Kevin Walsh speaks. And before he speaks, let's see the outcome of the rates. On the Fed Watch tool, let's see if we find it here. So right now, dollar is at 375, right? Yes. So they're saying, people are voting and saying that it is possible for the rates to stay like this. But the inflation numbers were pretty high. Is it here? I think it's here. United States. Inflation rate 4.2, up from 3.8, so pretty high. Pretty high. Look at the inflation over the last months. 3.3, 3.8, 4.2. So a rate hike could come. But yeah, let's see. there were moments when the Fed made surprises like this. They said, no, we are not going to do any rate hikes. And then they are putting the cherry on a cake. So let's see. Let's see. I read a few days ago on Financial Juice that the rate hike was no longer priced in. Well, yeah, it's not priced in, even if it was announced. Dollar, as I said, didn't make big moves to say, yeah, even if we get a rate hike, for sure, it is already priced in. It is not. All right. Look at that. Someone from the live stream just joined us. Welcome to the group. Look at that. Let's welcome our guy in here. Kandakar Amin. Welcome to the family, man.
Yes, sir.
Great to have you here.
Great to have you here, man. Absolutely
Great to have
you here.
Since you are here on the stream, buddy, you can first go
that's
to
coach.
the...
He was here, yes. Different
Yes.
names, so I didn't know it was him.
All right, so go to the Syndicate system channel and you have the volume profile. But before going over the volume profile, you can go over this audio message from Gavin. Very important to listen to this first. Up here, the first post, you can see all the videos that will come in this series. Okay, we covered so far supply and demand and volume profile, and we'll go over all these here. But first, you can watch the volume profile. This is a 24-minute video and also a 25-minute video about supply and demand. All right. Again, warm welcome to the Syndicate, man.
Yes. Look at that gold dropping.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Well done.
Almost at 1 hour. Beautiful drop.
Nice. I catch it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Show
I
it
told
to
you guys,
this, man.
if it closes below, I'm going to enter a short. 10 or 15-minute entry, pretty much the same. At the limit order here, as I said. Look at all these sellers stepping in here.
Nice. Wow, look at all those bubbles, man.
Yeah, a lot of sellers.
I told you guys in the morning, previous day point of control.
Yes.
And I told you.
This is not something that we just called out ever since the morning, basically.
Look at that. Already break even, eh?
This is
almost break even.
Almost, yeah. This is the power of scenario mapping, right? Like, how many times you guys been in a situation that you wake up, don't have any scenario beforehand, and you go to the market and you're lost? Or maybe you take a trade and you say, oh, why would I take it? Why did I took this trade? I mean, if you don't have a pre-planned on the market, a lot of the time you're gonna be like lost. Even though I was looking at the long here, but I said if it closes below, retrace, I'm in. And wow, what a nasty drop.
Nice. And look at that chat also took it. Darm, Bleadman, Ronak,
well
Dominic.
done, everybody.
Nice.
Drop a W in the chat,
Nice.
man, if you took it. If you didn't took it, drop a W as well. Stop us on break even. Let's see if we can get that continuation.
And you can see that dollar isn't even moving. Imagine if the dollar moves to the upside.
Yes. And this is all still. Let's see.
Jasmine as well.
London, though?
Nice.
Almost, yeah.
Almost 1 hour right there, right?
Look at all the W's, man. Nabil,
Nice.
Jasmine, Xavier, Alan, Lucifer, Ronak, Warren, Darm, Sean, Dominic, Gavin. Stop loss on B. Well played. Well managed. I'm on break even too. This is where I'm going to be a bit more cautious, because if this one flips, it's not really looking good, because took out the London low and it could reverse to the upside. Reminder that it is still undervalued on 15 and 5. and you can see that VWAP still up here, so it could still close above with a nasty V-shaped recovery. So have to be a bit cautious now. I don't want to see a strong pullback, maybe just a quick top wick and then drop. That's where I'm still going to be willing to hold the trade, basically. If not, then I will definitely close it and just book the profit, be done for the day with this choppy market condition, and take what the market is giving me, and don't be greedy. Let's see, if this one flips bearish, I'm trailing my stop loss above this 5 minute. Just waiting for a 5 minutes.
Rio with 8 contracts. Rio is a monster, man. He's a monster.
Well, my account is also bigger, that's why. Yes, exactly. Exactly, as Gavin said, risk management is key. It doesn't give full TP. At least take some profit that whatever market is giving me. Let's see, I want to see a bit more bearish. I want to see this one flip in here. This, like this. If not, then let's see what we have here. That 1 minute.
Yes, of course. Just a disclaimer. We trade both CFDs and futures, okay?
Yes, exactly. So this trade that I took is the same one I showed you from CFD chart. Previous day, point of control. See? I already have it marked up here. So it's just the current trade I'm executing on the futures, but we trade both. Let's see, close above point of control. Wait, why did I delete this? One more minute, let's see if it can give us that beautiful confirmation to the downside. A lot of buyers here. Let's filter some of it out. You see there are more sellers overall, so tapped into this bubble here. Do wanna see this one flipping bearish, because I don't like that if these sellers get trapped there or absorbed.
Yeah.
5 minute, it could still push up, tap into that VWAP before dropping, but if it drops from here, it would be the best case scenario. Two-hour hit on Solana trade. Well done, Pavel. Well done, G. He's an absolute magician when it comes to the crypto section. If you guys are inside the Syndicate private, you guys have probably seen his post. So he usually shares the Bitcoin and Ethereum, and also recently he's been sharing more Solana. And look at that, he shared pre-planned trade from that supply. Look at that, the entry, the update, more update, stop loss and break even probably by then. And then look at this, beautiful. Well done, Pavel, well done.
$41 contracts at 43.45, 43.45. Huh. Looked like they were activated, but let's see if there's the follow through, if they get absorbed or not.
Yeah. It could be one of those trades that it's gonna pull back to the entry and then drop. So what I might do is just trail my stop loss. Yeah, I'm trailing my stop loss to this high. I don't want to risk it too much. I want to just book some profit, be done for the day.
Yeah, most likely that if it goes, let's say, to your break even, to your stop loss right now, 100% is going to
Break even.
break even. So why not
Yes.
book some profits?
Yeah. Especially that
I
the
remember.
London low is taken out.
Yes,
I mean,
uh,
some profit is some
guys.
profit.
Yeah, remember that we are in this game to make money.
Yeah. Look at that push up now.
Yeah, too choppy to risk it. To risk it today, indeed.
100%.
And dollar is struggling as well. Doesn't want to give the follow through. Still holds in between the previous day Valora high and the previous week Valora low. So it's
Alright.
creating this smaller range right now here.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be, let's say, a do or die for dollar in this range.
Look at that drop now. Okay, this is what I wanted to see. Sellers stepping in, pushing down. Usually when sellers quote-unquote get absorbed like this on the bottom of the candle, I always wait for the next candle, either whatever time frame I'm looking at, because if this one closes bearish, these people here or these sellers here are still in play. But if this one closes bullish, then it doesn't really mean that these sellers are able to push price to the downside. But stop loss is already trailed, so you would still book some profit. I'm gonna lower it a little bit more, and I like this drop, to be honest. I really like this drop.
Looking good, man.
Look at that. Come on.
Nice.
It was that beautiful drop.
One more push. One more push, man. Just sneeze.
Just one
Just
more
sneeze and
sneeze.
you go to TP.
Look at that, even on the spot chart. You see, guys? Beautiful. Same trade. Five-minute closure in 1 minute and 37 seconds. Yeah, I don't like this one.
Yeah.
Right here, not really good. Do we have anything on a 1 hour? Wow, the point of control of this hourly candle.
Beautiful top.
Wow, beautiful.
See, guys, for whoever asked us earlier, what is our strategy? This is our strategy. Volume. It's all based on volume. It doesn't react to any other any other things. It's just volume. The entire market is based on volume.
And then look at that 1 hour point of control aligns with this range, the value high.
Yes.
And the POC. Wow. Magic
Beautiful
touch.
Magic touch, man. Look at that.
And I know some new people might ask, but why you use volume profile? This is the reason. You cannot draw like random support resistance level and get this kind of magic touches. But 100% agree with what Gavin said here. Remember, manage your own trade. So if you want to book 1 hour profit here, that's totally fine. If you want to let it hold to go to 2 hour, that's fine. If you want to hold it for longer, that's fine too. Just manage your own trades. So far, looking good. One more quick push down should be good enough.
Yes. Let's see, dollar is also moving right now. This 15-minute candle closed like this in the last, I don't know, 30 seconds. So buyer stepped in on dollar.
Yes. Oil dropping, not good, but
looking good, man. Looking very good.
Just one more push. One, two, three, and TP. Give it us.
Come on.
Watch that quick drop. No, I can't do like Fabio Valentini.
Fished. Not to the upside, man, to the downside.
Yeah, to the downside.
Still a win trade, man, no matter the
Yeah.
outcome right now. Bias was correct
Yes.
since the morning. Like we told you, weekly supply, potential top today on gold. Everything aligned.
And
Everything
it
aligned.
says he's still holding AU. Nice, brother. Australian dollar still going good then.
Nice, man. GG. Best of luck.
$30 if it get undervalued, then this trade could play out. Taking out, I'm not sure if it's gonna go to the Asia low, but potentially could take out this recent low here.
I think that's a good target, to be
Yeah,
honest. Yeah.
but I'm getting out at 2 hours and I'll be done. TP hit done for the day. Well done, Batman.
Right, since we were caught in gold and other assets, look at Nasdaq.
Yes.
Look at Nasdaq
who
from
said here? Alan mentioned.
Yes.
Look at Andre's chart, guys. Can you show it again? Wow.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Look at that. Closure below previous day point of control and also below the fixed POC of this range.
Massive
And boom.
jump. Beautiful.
And also look at this. Wow, this is absolutely textbook. Look at this overvaluation here. Overvaluation hit the value area high of that range that I showed you guys here, right? Look at that.
Ooh, come on.
Sayonara. Come on. Come on, Goldie.
Come on. Give us whoosh. Ooh, TP hit.
Big chuck a
big
big
W
W.
in the chat, guys. Look at that trade.
Big W.
W is in the chat.
Let's see, we have here some W's as emojis. I don't think we have. But here you go, man. Let me drop you.
Big W.
Lots of W's. GG, man. GG.
That's exactly what I said at the beginning of the stream. Even with the choppy market condition, we are able to find something. I mean, Andre called out the Nasdaq.
Yeah,
here.
and also let's see if Euro plays out right now. Because I'm in a Euro trade, and let's see if it plays out. I mean, from previous day value at a low.
Amazing, amazing.
Desmond BMW.
Nah. Japanese cars.
Well, few more trades like this, man, and yeah.
Nah, I'm cool with my skyline.
Yeah. I'm also wary about the strength of Euro, but I liked how it went below the Sunday open, then rejected the Sunday open, then closed below previous day value low, and then rejected the VWAP and the drop. Surely, not getting too much help from the dollar, but if we manage to flip this previous week value low as a support, I think it has great chance to work. If not, if we flip again and it struggles here, I will close it at break even, that's for sure.
Yeah,
BMW coming.
Management is key.
Of course, man.
Quickly, just to show it to you guys, I said that pay attention to this previous low here. Look at that.
Took it by a pip, man. Took it by a pip.
And then imagine if you took profit over there. Bro, look at this pullback now. Undervaluation. Man, it's gonna push up. Absolute beauty. Absolute beauty. It could still drop more for sure, but you gotta know where to take profit and where to let it run with this market condition, which you could say kind of choppy. You can't really go for that high risk to reward all the time, right? If the volume is there, why not go for that 3R, 4R? But if the market's choppy, you're gonna hit a lot of break-evens. But seems like it's pushing up now. What a great decision of closing it. And again, that POC, same place. Didn't even close below, so still valid.
Yeah. Could go to Sunday Open. Yeah, well, that's a long way till then, I think, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Was that 0 0.3, 0 0.4? Was that?
Yeah, but for 0. that, personally, I do want to see a closure below this range here. And you can see 100%. Already getting rejected from this high volume node here. Check this out. High volume node, boom. Rejection. So what I want to see is a proper closure of these fixed value low of that range. Let me do it on the spot. Boom. Oh, actually fixed value low on the spot. Look at that. So I do want to see this and then this. I'll be much more comfortable on the spot chart here, but on the futures is a bit lower. Sunday open, so on a spot I do want to see this. A stronger closure, retracement to the downside, and look at it pushing up.
Yeah, and that's because if you look at that range that we marked out, you see that sell buyers stepped in at every point in this range and in that bigger range. So closing below that range, and then upon the retest, you want to see that sellers are stepping in and are taking control of that price point.
100%. And one more thing to mention, I know I mentioned before, it's just a quick reminder again, but since basically market open, gold hasn't left really this range here. So instead of also looking just at that internal range, you could wait for a proper closure like this and then maybe enter out from Sunday open on this spot and target this whole gap fill. I'll be much more comfortable, especially if tomorrow at that interest rate decision spike up, take out the highs one more time and then drop like this. That would be really good. But I've seen this pattern on gold many times. If it opens up on a Monday and doesn't really make a trend until Thursday, ends up being in this range, maybe for the next couple days like this, and then until a proper breakout. You could kind of see it here, right? Not really movement, just ranging before the breakout. Then range, breakout, and then it moved. Range. This is where Anja called that trade on the last week's stream. Range, took out the high, and then dropped. So kind of similar pattern I do want to see. Range, take out the high, reverse to the downside. Personally, if I want to go more shorts on a gold for longer period of the time, basically below the Sunday open. So pretty much about it. Look at US 30 pushing up, maybe swing level. Man, tell me volume is not king.
Look at that.
Tell me. Look at how many opportunity. Yeah, basically you could enter later. Did you miss this one? Cool. Wait for a pullback. Boom. You would have been basically TP by now. Oh man, absolute textbook double trade. Even if you want to go half risk because it's 1 minute, there you go. And was it undervalued? Let me check against the bonds because that's what we measure against. Yes.
Yep.
Look at that.
Both times.
Both times, exactly. Beautiful, beautiful. But yeah, guys, once again, thank you everybody who joined to the stream, especially to the people that was their first time here. This stream was also open for the people in the free channel, and again, for the people that don't know me, my name is Rio. I'm one of the Syndicate traders and hosting this live session with Andre by my side every session. And yeah, we got a beautiful trade on gold. Look at that pullback right now. Perfect place to close, be done for the day, take your profit, don't be greedy with this market condition. That beautiful trade on NQ also played out, where Andre called US 30. I said paid attention to the previous day value high, and look at that rejection. Beside that, don't forget we still have the Fed interest rate decision tomorrow or Thursday, depending on where you are. So just be aware of that, and so you don't wonder why market is basically choppy, right? You have to manage your risk accordingly with these market conditions. And when the market is trending, sure, take advantage of it and you can basically catch every single move. But yeah, that's about it for today. If you have any last thoughts, Andre.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone that came here today, and especially to the guys in the free Telegram. See you guys on the next one, but until then, see you guys in the VIP, right?
100%.
See you guys in there. We're waiting for you to join us and to see how we trade every single day. This is just a small portion of what we actually do. Breakdowns after breakdowns and so on. Macro, intraday, all the good stuff. All right. See you guys on the next one.
Right.
Until then, take care.
Yes.
As we said, don't forget about the interest rate decision tomorrow. Be careful with trades, manage accordingly, have a good risk management, and yeah, see you on the next one.
One more thing to add, we'll announce our next stream shortly in the Syndicate private main channel, so just stay tuned for that.
Yes. Sumit, go to the free Telegram, okay, and you have a pin post up there. You can click on the button in the pin post. Let me show you quick before we end. Okay, right here at the top you have this inside access button. Click on that and you will be redirected to the support team, and our support team will guide you further. All right?
Yes.
All right, guys.
All right.
Take
Amazing
care and
session,
see you
guys.
on the next one. Yeah, take care. Bye.
Cheers.